All right, what's up? So we got a couple more plants that we're gonna be putting in the ground today, and I'm gonna kind of just show you how I do that. There's a few things that I use that I put in the soil before I actually put the plant itself in there. But first thing we gotta do is we gotta get the covers off, and I'll show you kind of that process of how I put my plants once they're ready and hardened off to be put in the soil. I got some new emitters that I need to put on for my spray nozzles because the old ones got dry rotted. So we're gonna do that too. Over here on the zucchini and squash bed, they're starting to grow pretty good and get top heavy. And what I like to do is I like to stake them. So when they grow, I wrap them up on those, and I'll kind of show you that process too. So we got a couple things to do for gardening wise, and I'm just gonna take you with me and just show you how I take care of everything, and hopefully you learn something or you don't. It's up to you. All right, so we're gonna go grab the plants and get them back over here. All right, so we got the plants wheeled around. We got a bunch of stuff to plant. We have peppers, okra, tomatoes. We got a couple things over there, some tomatillos. I think. All right, so first thing I do is I go ahead and start gathering all my plants, and I'll do spacing on them to kind of get an idea of where they're all gonna go. And I already know that some people out there are gonna say something about, oh, the spacing requirements, I might be putting them too close together or whatever the case is, but really, from what I've found is that it's actually like, okay, the packaging will tell you, oh, they need to be planted 36 inches apart or whatever the case is. But the problem when you do that is, one, you lose a lot of real estate on your bed. So as long as you're keeping your plants trimmed enough to where you have some good airflow, they actually kind of help each other balancing. And when the wind's real strong, they'll kind of lean on each other. So I don't follow the spacing exactly with all my plants, and I have pretty successful results. So I think I have one more tomato plant to grab, and I'm gonna grab it real quick. Now, I use this super seaweed organic root, basically a concentrate, all organic additive. It just helps the roots whenever you plant them, so I like to put a little bit of that down. So what I'll do, I'm going to dig down into the soil. Like I said, there's no rocket science here. I'm just going to show you just kind of some gardening tips that I like to do and have found useful over the years. So before I take this out of the pot, I like to set it down in here, see what it looks like. And also something that I've done over the years is where the base of this plant's at right here, is I'm not trying to make that base right there. I actually go a little bit deeper, so it just has some more soil over it, and it seems to help with the stabilization of the plant while they're small like this for the wind and everything. So now I have my hole where I want it. I put also another organic product, bone meal, in here with the plants, and it really just helps boost them, especially in that transplant shock that sometimes plants get whenever you're moving them around. This just really helps promote good growth. So what I like to do, I'm going to put a little bit of this in my water pill. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-moisten where it's going. Just take a little handful, kind of sprinkle it down in there. Now we'll take our tomato plant, pop it right out. You can see all these nice roots that are growing right here. Got it right there. Again, I like to do another little pre-moisten on top of there. And then we're just gonna gently cover it up. We're not gonna pack it in. we're just going to cover it up. Just like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these done in the same way I just did that one. And when we're all done, I'm gonna go ahead and water them in. All right, now that I have them all in here, now it's gonna go ahead and just water them all in really good. All right, now with the remaining space that I have left, I'm gonna go ahead and start popping some of my pepper plants in here because tomatoes and peppers are companion plants. And if you don't know what companion plants are, it's basically a list of vegetables that you can put next to each other that kind of benefit each other when growing. You can't just throw anything next to each other, and it doesn't work like that. So you need to make sure that when you are planting your vegetables that you plant accordingly and you know what you're planting next to each other. Okay, so like earlier I was saying that these emitters, this is what I use for my automatic watering system. This is drip irrigation. But I prefer the emitters that are like a 360 spray almost, and these are like a stream spray. And actually I have one that's missing because it was dry rotted. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these off, and it's pretty easy to do. You just need to take a lighter and just kind of warm up the tubing. Just get it a little hot just so it slips on and off pretty easy. Or if you got a sunny day, you just leave it out and it'll get soft enough for you to pop it right off. And we'll take the new ones. Now these are a little bit different. They have these little screw caps that'll go on them. I think it just keeps them more secure. But you just push them right back on and screw it right in until it's tight. And that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Now this is a 360 nozzle, that's a 360 nozzle. And I'll show you a little bit closer what I'm talking about. I actually have some over there that I'm going to change too. So I'll show you the difference in between the two heads before I change it. So see, this little part screws off, and you want to make sure to put this on the tubing, and then you're going to slip the tubing right into there. So slip the cap on, put this piece on, and screw it down. Okra. We're going to get the okra, put in this bed over here, and then I'll just show you when it's already in. Okay, so the wifey just came out here and asked me how much longer do I have, which really means, hey, wrap it up. So I just wanted to show you real quick what I was talking about with these sprayers. This is the style that I don't really care for, just because you see how it pulls water up in these certain areas. And not the whole bed doesn't get sprayed like these do. Actually, that one's spraying a little too much. So, but see, they're real easy. You just twist them and they start coming out. But see, I really like these because you get a broader spray of your actual bed, and so it just covers more area. And they're real easy to adjust. You just spin the tops on them where you want them. And yeah, see, they just cover more area of the bed, you know, and that's just the goal. I'm just trying to keep it all nice and wet, nice and watered throughout the day. Well, I say throughout the day. Really, they only go on once a day right now because it's not hot enough. So, but I just do like 3 minutes in the evening. Just enough just to keep the tops of that soil wet and just get down a little too much right there. not getting a whole lot of water pressure right here. So I do have this pressure regulator on here that I probably need to take off because the timer already has one on it. And before I put the timer on there, that pump is too much for this system, and it'll actually blow it apart. So I'm just not getting enough water flow. I'm gonna have to adjust that, but not today. We'll come back and finish up the rest of everything I need to do. Like I said, I need to put the stakes in here. I got a couple more things to plant, but that's it for the day. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Till next time.